Imagine you wake up. You've got one day, 24 hours, no breakfast because you don't have a mouth, no plan B, no second chance. You have exactly one job, sex. And then you die. That is not a rejected Netflix pitch. That is a regular Tuesday for a Mayfly. But today, we're turning one single dial. We're giving her a second day. And I promise you, this gets a lot weirder than you're expecting. Welcome back to What If? Buckle up. First, the uncomfortable truth. The name is a lie. A Mayfly does not live for one day. It lives for 2 to 3 years. Just underwater. As a larva, in the mud, crawling around down there, eating algae, molting 30, 40 times and waiting. That famous one day isn't its life. That's the credits. A Mayfly is basically an aquatic animal that gets exactly one day of vacation on land. And that vacation is all-inclusive, except for food. Except for everything. Because when a Mayfly climbs out of the water, something brutal happens. Its mouth parts are gone, vestigial, non-functional. It physically cannot eat. Its digestive tract? That's not for food anymore. That's filled with air, and it works like a balloon for buoyancy. Let that sit for a second. It is a flying balloon with a sex drive and a deadline. And some species don't even get a full day. The record holder is called Dolania americana, and the females live, as adults, for under 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That is shorter than this video. She hatches mates, lays her eggs, and is dead before you're halfway through. One last fact, because it's just too good. Mayflies are the only insect on this planet that molts again after it can already fly. It hatches, flies up, lands on a leaf, and then climbs out of its own skin one more time. Full transformation, mid-air, final boss mode. And these things have been doing that for over 300 million years. They were here before the dinosaurs. They were here before trees, as we know them. Okay? Rules for our thought experiment. We turn exactly one dial. Lifespan times 2. 24 hours becomes 48. Everything else stays identical. No mouth, no stomach, no superpowers, no snacks. And to keep this from being completely abstract, we need a test subject. This is Kevin. Kevin is female. Yes, I know. Let her have this. Day 1, just before sunset. Kevin hatches, and she is not alone. Mayflies hatch in sync. Millions at once. Not out of politeness, but out of math. If everyone shows up at the same time, the fish physically cannot eat them all. That is survival by overload. A cloud builds over the river. The males dance. Up, down, like one giant twitching organism. The females fly into it and pick one. Kevin finds her guy. 20 seconds of romance. He dies almost immediately afterwards because for males, that is the entire point of existing, checked off. Kevin drops down to the water and lays thousands of eggs. And then the sun goes down. And the sky starts to rain. Except upside down. Mayflies falling everywhere, millions at once. The party is over. The river is a carpet of wings. Kevin doesn't fall. And here is where it gets dark for a second, because now Kevin has a problem that evolution has no plan for. Her entire biological program has finished running. Hatch. Done. Mate. Done. Eggs. Done. She has no instincts left to tell her what comes next. She has no goal. She isn't even hungry because she physically cannot be. From here on, Kevin is basically a screensaver. And for the first time in 300 million years, a Mayfly experiences something completely new to her species. Boredom. Her entire generation is lying dead on the water. Her children hatch in 2 weeks, and they will never meet her. Kevin is the last survivor of a party that nobody will remember. But then something happens that no Mayfly has ever seen. The sky gets light. A second sunrise. In the entire history of this animal, 300 million years, trillions of individuals, not a single one of them has ever experienced this. Kevin is the first. And because she has no job left, she does the only thing there is. She just flies. Away from the river. Over the meadow she hatched in. Over a road. Over houses. Kevin becomes the first tourist of her species. She sees a car, and she has no idea what it is. She sees a cow. She lands on some guy's phone screen at a beer garden. and he wipes her off without knowing that he just wiped away the oldest living member of her entire species. Okay, cute story. But now let's scale it. What happens if not just Kevin, but every mayfly on Earth lives for 2 days? The answer is a logistical disaster. Because mayflies are already extreme. On the Mississippi, their swarms get so enormous that they show up on weather radar. The Weather Service sees a rain shower on the screen, and it's insects. In Wisconsin and Iowa, bridges have to be temporarily closed because the layer of dead mayflies makes the asphalt so slick that motorcycles slide out. And then the snowplow comes, in July, to clear insects. And now you double how long they stick around. That doesn't mean twice as many. It means the swarms start to overlap. Yesterday's flies are still there when today's hatch. An event turns into a condition, and there's a genuinely nasty side effect. Mayflies find water by looking for polarized light. Water reflects light in a very specific way, and their brains are calibrated for exactly that. The problem is, wet asphalt does it too. Car paint does it too. Solar panels do it too. So mayflies lay their eggs in the middle of the highway, thousands of eggs, on concrete. They all die. There's a name for this. It's called an ecological trap, a signal that used to always be right and that we accidentally forged. And with 2 days of flight time, you simply double the window for falling into it. For the rest of nature, though, it is the best day of the year, times 2. Trout gorge themselves into an absolute frenzy during a mass hatch. Swallows, bats, frogs, spiders, everybody at the all-you-can-eat. Double the opening hours of that buffet, and you feed an entire river ecosystem twice as long. At the same time, the females lay eggs for longer and spread them wider, which means more larvae next year and more flies the year after that, until the river doesn't have enough algae for everyone and the population crashes. A clean boom and bust. 2 extra days and you've turned it into a roller coaster. But back to Kevin, because there's one more thing. Second day, sunset. Kevin is out of energy, and she could never recharge in the first place. She was a battery that only discharges right from the start. She lands on a leaf, and that's it. And here's the point. The second day was not a gift to Kevin. The first day was perfect. It was complete. Every single second of it meant something. The second day was just time. Time with no purpose. Time with nobody. Exactly the thing that we humans are most afraid of and constantly wish for anyway. Simply more. A mayfly does not have a short life. It has a complete life that happens to fit inside 24 hours. And it doesn't spend 1 second of it in a meeting that could have been an email. You get roughly 30,000 days. Kevin got 2. And she did more with her second one than you did with last Tuesday. So, what would you do on your actual last day if you knew that it was the last and you couldn't even eat? Put it in the comments. I read all of them. Subscribe if you want me to keep messing with the dials of reality. And if you want to know what happens when we flip this around, what if you only had 1 day? Then click right here. See you around. Stay weird.